The Narcissist Entitlement. I'm Elizabeth Shaw and welcome to the channel, which is all about the narcissistic personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle those people if you cannot go no contact, and how to recover from narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information on the channel helpful, please do subscribe, and there is a notification bell if you want notifications when videos are released, which is usually on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. If you just want to check in when you're in the frame of mind to do so, and always have something uplifting to do afterwards to pick yourself back up, to bring you back in the present. It depends what memories these kinds of videos trigger within you as to how you handle it and the best times you want to listen to them. So, the narcissist entitlement. A narcissist believes that the rules don't apply to them, but they do apply to those around them. There are 9 characteristics of the narcissistic personality disorder, and one of these is a sense of entitlement. The narcissist entitlement blends into their other characteristics, the belief they hold that they are superior to those around them, their arrogance, they are proud of who they are and how they treat others to get their needs met, even if some don't show it on a surface level. The grandiose narcissist might show it on the surface level because they've usually got the following and the possessions and the things to match their grandiose nature. The vulnerable doesn't always show it on a surface level. They exploit others to get their needs met with a lack of empathy to even care about those they hurt. The grandiosity that they believe they are better than those around them, a requirement that they are deserving of special attention. They want admiration through love or through fear, and the preoccupation of their own power and success with no regard to who they hurt along the way. And again, that preoccupation with their own power and success, you can have the grandiose narcissist that has usually achieved something. As for how they've achieved it is debatable, but they've usually achieved something, so they can talk about their power and their success. They can brag a lot, they can boast a lot. They will still often exaggerate, whereas a vulnerable will be more of the woe is me, and they'll still exaggerate and make things up, but they will blame those around them. A narcissist believes that they have the right to anything and everything that they want. They think they deserve special treatment and they deserve to have privileges. That sense of entitlement is often why they get angry when they believe they're being kept waiting. They will use the silent treatments, rage, and provoke others if they feel that their entitlement has been criticised. They expect those around them to conform to their demands. With any narcissist, the main traits, the main characteristics to look out for are the 3 E's, the entitlement that they hold, the fact that they exploit others, and the lack of empathy. A narcissist is a hypocrite. Now, we can all be hypocritical at times, so just because someone might have been a hypocrite in one area of their life does not make them a narcissist. But a narcissist is a hypocrite, as they believe they should be able to do as they please, yet those around them should do as they say and not as they do. Entitlement is a belief that the narcissist holds that they are deserving of special treatment or privileges or attention. They believe that they have the right to have what they want or do what they want without consequences for their actions. Those they will lay at some innocent person's door. The narcissist personality disorder is on a spectrum, and they would need at least 5 of the characteristics to be professionally diagnosed with the disorder. You can just have toxic people, negative people, hurtful people. The narcissist entitlement isn't about having an opinion or a belief. It's not about wanting to visit someone or have a routine. It's not about having dreams or hobbies, which we are all entitled to have. We are allowed to have opinions that differ from others. We're allowed to find that middle ground. We're allowed to say, yes, that's fine, that's how you think. It's not how I think. We're allowed to have our beliefs that differ from other people and either find that compromise or just agree to disagree. A narcissist entitlement is an unreasonable demand that others should conform to their way and they are deserving of special treatment. A belief they should not be made to wait. They don't think they have to queue up for things and can become very impatient in places like restaurants or even fast food restaurants. They can complain that it's not being served to them quick enough. They don't believe they have to pay their way, or they think that others should pay more than they do. They don't believe they should work for a promotion. They believe it's a given, and if it's not given, then the other person obviously sucked up to the boss. There'll be a reason why the other person got it over them, and it will not be the narcissist's fault. They think they can turn up late and everyone should instantly be grateful that they turned up at all, and they should be seen straight away. They do not accept the word no. One of the best ways to spot a narcissist is to say no and watch their reaction safely. They will say their children get what the narcissist perceives as good qualities. They will say, oh, they get that from me. Oh, that's obviously from me. They will not allow the children to be themselves. They can try to blag their way into places, claiming to know the owner. Some even saying, don't you know who I am? If that doesn't work, they can become aggressive and insulting. They will intimidate staff to try and get their own way. They will point out others' mistakes and gloat about people's downfalls to make other people look bad and to make them look better. They will tantrum like a toddler if they don't get their own way. They are like a toddler trapped in an adult's body that never learn how to share, never learn how to wait in line, never learn how to compromise with somebody else. They're just tantruming around in an adult's body. And sharing, I am all for sharing. If someone needs some money, it's good to loan them some money if they are willing to do the same for you. But it's finding those boundaries, and your boundaries can be different with different people. So if one person would not loan you some money or would not loan you their car if you're in need, don't loan it to them. It's finding that give and take in people for who they are and also for who you are. So if it's just something you don't do, if you don't mix your money with friendships, you just don't do it. And there's no wrong or right way to live your life with good intentions. There is only your way. They will project their entitlement onto those close to them with their gaslighting words of, why do you have to be so unreasonable? Which is just the irony of a narcissist when they say, why are you being so dramatic? Why do you have to be so unreasonable? They project themselves onto those around them. When you try to set a boundary with them or You'll get things like, it's not all about you when you have an opinion, or you'd like to do something, or you'd like to go somewhere that they don't want to go, and they'll project and twist it round onto you and say, it's not all about you. They might feel entitled to have control over your whereabouts, wanting your location settings turned on, wanting your passwords. However, you'll not be able to have theirs. It's not a two-way street, it's only one way, the narcissist's entitled way. Society can unwittingly enable the narcissist's entitlement, as a narcissist will often intimidate people to get their own way. People often give them their own way, either through fear or through embarrassment to shut them up, which, because the narcissist lacks the empathy and lacks the awareness, as they exploit those around them, they don't always see it as people fawning to their abusive behaviour. It just confirms in the narcissist's mind that they are in control, that they are special, and that they are entitled to being treated better than those around them. And when people don't, the narcissist doesn't understand, as others do, so they will manipulate to get their own way. A narcissist will not compromise. If your opinions differ to theirs, they don't believe your opinions matter, and neither do your feelings to them. It's their way and they are always right. It's a case of they have spoken, and if you speak against them, you will be punished. They expect others to take care of them. Even the narcissist is doing nothing in return. If you speak up about the fact that they're not doing anything in return, they will say things, they will project, they will provoke, and they will say things like, after all I do for you. And when you think about it, they do very little, or they do nothing. There's no 50-50, or even like in a healthy relationship, it can be 80-20, and then it can be 20-80, 60-40, 40-60, depending on who's in need at any given time. With a narcissist, it's always their way or you get punished way. With a narcissist, it's we give and they take. They only ever give if they have something greater that they can take in return, which is why it can get confusing, because sometimes they can look like they are giving that 10%, 20%, and they are turning up the volume and they look like they're trying to treat us right, and they're only doing it to manipulate and to take more from us. They can play nice and come across as a genuine person. This is only to manipulate because they want something in return. The admiration phase, when they will boast and they will brag. They will exaggerate their achievements to win someone over so they can manipulate and take advantage of that person. When they don't get what they want out comes their envious face, as they feel entitled. They take things as an in-depth criticism, and the tantrums begin, slowly breaking down people's boundaries. With the narcissist triangulation, their pity plays, their guilt trips and more, they will seek to take out those who they feel are not serving them as they should, not admiring them as they should, and they feel entitled to be treated in a certain way, and they will take down those who are not treating them in the way they believe they deserve. If they feel criticised, slighted or betrayed by another, they can hold a grudge for a long time. They can seem extraordinarily jealous and envious of others. Pay close attention to how they talk about other people, especially those who have something that they want. They will put those people down any way they can. Of course, they will have a grand tale to spin of why they were the victim, and we often feel sorry for them and do what we can to support them, when in reality, they were never the victim. They only hold a grudge against who was the victim, and the narcissist is the perpetrator. The best way to handle a narcissist entitlement is to safely walk away and no longer play. I shall add in the description the videos on the narcissist triangulation, jealousy and envy, the video for fight, flight, freeze and fawn, because that explains more about how we can unwittingly enable their behaviour. I'll add the links of where you can find me on social media and the courses that I do have available. I am full for one-to-one coaching currently, but I have partnered with BetterHelp, so I will add those in the links as well. And today, think of where you would like to be 6 months from now. Something that you would like to have in your life, and you can start out small so that you can see that you can achieve it and achieve it for yourself. Start with something small, even if it's something small that you want within like 2 weeks of your life, something really attainable so that you can see that you can achieve what you want to achieve when you want to achieve it, if you put the work in. So start with something you'd like in a couple of weeks and put the work in to achieve that, and something where you'd like to be in 6 months. There is a difference between a narcissist entitlement where they think they can do what they want and get what they want whenever they want, and there's a difference between you working hard to achieve something that you would like within your life and going about it the right way. Narcissistic people take shortcuts, blame other people, hurt other people, and go about it the wrong way. There is nothing wrong with wanting to make something of your life. There's just a better way of doing it than how narcissistic people do it. And people do start to get trapped in that, I'm becoming narcissistic if I want to achieve something within my life. I'm becoming narcissistic if I act that way, and it's not. There is a difference. I will add the link to the video about the difference between a narcissistic person's behaviour and ours in the description. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.